We continue Game Time Live at the finals presented by YouTube TV. Clay would play, and the crowd was riled up before we get started. Also, by the way, Kevon Looney from officially out for the rest of the series. Forget the rest of the series. He was in and gave his best while hurt for game number 4. Clay, shot not hurt early, got going early here, Webb, with a couple of makes in the first.
Yeah, and what I loved is that when Clay came out and warmed up in front of us before the pregame, he pumped the crowd up. He was ready to go from the first second of the game. Gotta love it.
Shaq active Looney through the first couple rounds of the playoffs. He comes back despite being told he was out for the series and was as active as he could be tonight under the rim.
Yeah, he was on the bench the other day and he didn't like what he saw, and he said, you know what, Doc, shoot me up, give me some anti-inflammatory medicine. I want to come out here and try to help my team get a win.
Kenny
He was very active
Siakam,
tonight.
one-on-one, continues to impress with his growth.
Well, yeah, he's a walking mismatch. You put it big on him, he drives by him. You put it small on him, he posts him up. Walking mismatch. Pascal Siakam.
Clay at 14 and a half. He was pumped up going down the other side, talking to the crowd. They're up 8. They're up 4 at the break, 46-42. And then it was Kawhi, as good a quarter as he's had in the playoffs or in a final in his career. It's 17, Webb, coming out hot and firing from 3.
Yeah, and he can control the pace, and I hope a lot of players, young players, watch how he can control the pace. He never gets rushed, and he's a mid-range expert.
Serge, a resurgence.
Serge was incredible today. You know,
And what do you do, Kenny, when your big man plays defense? Reward him.
He rebound, and then he's the recipient of the 3. He shot the ball incredible. He was, 9 for 12 tonight. But this guy, when you open the floor up, too little, too big, too strong.
See, well, he's shooting that thing like Glenn Rice, ain't he?
Hey, man, he is. Man, he's holding it up there, and he gets to his spot, Shaq. That's what I love, his footwork, and he gets to his spot, and he lets it go.
How impressed are you guys? It never seems rushed too, right? Even when he makes the right pass, Kenny, he's a guy who never seems like the game's too fast for him.
No, the game isn't too fast for him because he makes the game play at his pace. You have to play slower. So that's the difference with what's going on right now.
And he's been terrific. Fred VanVleet has also been terrific, but here, eye cut underneath. They picked up one tooth. There was another one that ended up found while some free throws were being shot. Got 7 stitches. He would come back to the game. Meanwhile, Kyle Lowry, the drive.
Look at his pass.
Find Kawhi. Money.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he gets left open if you're Andre.
Jurassic Park loves it. Largest lead to that point at 16. But you mentioned champion Shaq. Clay not going to go away. He was big all night. Buries another 3.
You know, he shot the ball very well, very anxious. They just, they had too many defensive lapses, and they're still super careless with the basketball at times.
Raps put it away.
It was definitely the bench. You know, with Serge Ibaka, his when he came into the game, I thought that was the difference. He's the separator because between Clay and Kawhi and Steph, they all had big nights offensively, but Serge was huge.
And Kenny, their guards do a great job. You saw in a couple of plays there. They had plays where Siakam and Ibaka would cut to the rim and sneak behind Iguodala, and just the right plays at the right passes on cuts at the right times to get easy buckets. They had a lot of easy baskets late in the fourth.
It's not the 20 points, it's the efficiency.
Right?
You know, how efficient.
Look at him. Look at him.
This is how it was.
Toronto.
Yeah, we the North is
live.
Yeah, jump.
No.
Incredible.
Stay where you are.
Oh, okay.
Stay where you are. He was just singing the song. He just stay where you are.
That's all. Just jump.
Yeah, the efficiency. You can have guys who have 25, 30, 26, but you just can't have them be efficient in getting it. And everyone on Toronto was efficient with the exception maybe of Kyle Lowry in getting their baskets and getting their shots. So to me, that's the separator. The efficiency, not the amount of points. That's why I never look at a box score since I probably even played, because it's like who was efficient in getting what they're getting, and Toronto has been super efficient.
There was a point in the third quarter where Kawhi had back-to-back threes after, if you remember, 2 turnovers to open the quarter. Third possession down, he comes down, breaks down his man, and instead of going in because he's heat checking to try and shoot, nice little easy bounce pass to Gasol, who had an easier bucket for a layup. Just always seems like they're finding that easier basket, and now they're going to be a tough look. We talk about Golden State. We know about the championship heart. To go up in that building, and you guys could speak to it. You were there. As crazy as it's going to be, you think they were crazy here. That's going to be nuts. 1 win away. That's going to be a tough task the way this Raptor team has played.
And again, the key is because we've all been in this position, can't get cute and can't get overexcited. You have to stick to the game plan. You definitely have to take high percentage shots. Golden State's going to give you a lot of threes. They're going to try to outshoot you, but you don't have to play their game. That is their game. Your game is moving the ball, getting everybody involved. If we're not going, get it to Kawhi, let him go to work, and, we just outwork the opponent. Kudos also to Toronto. When Golden State got the lead in this building, the building got kind of loud, they did not panic. They did not panic at all.
Webb, one thing you think of is, because sometimes you wait until it's too late to really respect what a team has accomplished, and we know what Masai and Nick Nurse and those guys have done. Think about all year, all the talk about Boston, everybody waiting for them to do what they do in the East, and then the Sixers, well, I don't know if they're deep enough, but they got the best starting five, and everyone focused on that, and then it was
Milwaukee.
Giannis, and then what Giannis was doing, and look at their depth and how great it is, and now they're going to be good.
And let's go back to Kawhi last year, and I'm talking about him saying he doesn't have heart, he's not a winner because he's not talking about his injury, and he's injured now, and he's not talking about it.
But people didn't think
he's not even talking about the shot that he made. He doesn't talk. We realize he just doesn't talk.
That's why for me it's good because he's that same player. And we talk about Golden State, and they're so good, but their weakness has always been turnovers. Tonight they had 17 turnovers. And so we'll talk about the shot that Kawhi hit. We'll talk about the pass, but it's all spurred off of turnovers. And if you're Toronto, you should do the little things. You can get better in the rebounding. You got out-rebounded. You turned the ball over. So it's hustle areas they can get better in. It's just fun watching this game, and both teams keep their composure and go.
Kenny was talking about not Webb, just the 20 from Ibaka, but the efficiency. We look at the video, and you could see some of the things he was doing really on both ends. He had that huge Game 7 in that series to kind of propel them forward to that Bucks series. And really, this is probably the best game he's had in the last couple of weeks. What do you see from Ibaka tonight with this video?
Well, I saw Ibaka came out active, and you can tell in his warm-up that he was ready. He wasn't playing around on the other end, getting the shots up. But whenever he comes back being a blocker, or as Dennis Scott calls him, the surge protector. And look at this. That's a good shot, but did you see how far away the next defender was? So a lot of this still has to do with what you do on the other end. So look at this screen we're going to see, and then he makes the correct play inside and knocks that jump hook down. And if he misses, Siakam is in the right place. But again, it starts with just the regular plays and doing your job. If you don't have it, you got a wide open man over there, and he can pass it. So we heard Kyle Lowry come over here and say, we get to our spots, we trust each other, and we play our game. And that allows you to play trusting each other, not worrying about the next play because you've drilled it in so much. But if I just do my job, everyone else can do theirs, and we have a better chance of winning.
On the other side, as we kind of come to a close here on the Warriors' end, at least until we see them in Toronto for the next game. Shaq, I know we were talking about it a little bit when we were watching the game. Boogie Cousins clearly, Game 2, it seems like because of adrenaline and everything he was given, he'd never been in this spot. He gave his body, everything he had, probably too soon, right, from that body, and we've seen it go the other way. But how about now the future for him? Because this is a guy who could have sat out, not fought his way back, did it for the right reasons, but he has not looked very good at all the last couple of games.
Well, listen, for big guys, it's already hard to come back from injuries, and he's had 2 major injuries on the same leg. So I'm sure his rehab was treatment, stem and ice and all that. He probably didn't get a lot of chance to do explosive activities, to get that back. So, but he's not playing like the Boogie we know that we've seen in past. But key for him is in the next game, just play your game. Don't try to do too much. If KD doesn't come back, we know you can get 20, but that's not really how Golden State plays. They need to play Golden State basketball, move the basketball, high percentage shot, and hopefully the Splash Brothers can get going. But he hasn't really looked that good, but he's had, to his credit, he's had 2 major injuries on the same side.
Let's close it out this way because I know we talked about the heart in a championship fight, but let's put you on it because I know there's a 3-on-3 for Game 7 if we get there. We'll leave that alone. But let's go to Game 5. Who wins?
I'm going to have to go with Toronto. They're playing great basketball, and, they're very poised. Not a lot of people could come against Golden State Warriors, be down at Oracle, not panic, and come back and win the game.
I'd have to go with Toronto because I don't know who's going to be that igniter because there's so many doubts. Toronto right now, this might have been the last game at Oracle.
I'm going with Toronto because they do the little things. 17 turnovers they caused tonight. 4 block shots they caused tonight. They don't turn the ball over. It's not just about the threes and who can score. It's about who brings their hard hat to every game. And since Game 3 against the Bucks, they've brought their hard hat to most of the game.
Shaq, I thank you in French, but I'm not sure how. I know this is your last ride. Thank you. Last couple of days, always fun to work with you guys. Enjoy the limited off season before the awards in a few days now.
You don't want to say
miss you
anything to me
guys.
because this is my last game.
I'll go one at a time.
Okay, no,
I was going to
seem
give
like
you
it
your
was
own
slow.
personal
Y'all
time.
supposed to have that New York love, New York Mets at the table.
That's how Kawhi, you said, has his success. If the game's not too fast, he slows it down.
We're going to miss you, Casey.
Well,
You
forget
too,
me,
C-Wed.
but I
D. Scott, NBA TV crew, we're going to miss you guys.
Everybody out here.
We'll see you for the awards. Kenny, thanks a lot. Last couple of games, it was.
No, that's not.
I
That's
appreciate that.
Red wine.
Let's roll
Yeah, little
Kenny.
Merlot. I got my little Merlot on.
Let's roll Kenny 7 threes for 95. Oh no, really?
Merlot. It's Merlot.
Yeah.
It's Merlot.
Red wine.
I felt like I dropped in a glass of red wine. This suit used to be white.
Hold
on.
This
What
suit
kind
used
of
to be
card you
white.
driving? Little red Corvette.
Somewhere right now, UB40 is rolling over wherever they are. We send it to Kawhi Leonard at the podium, which is always an adventure. He's one win away. I'm sure he'll break down the math.
Shout out to Red Man.
First question here in the front row.
Kawhi, congratulations for tonight. Valeria Rubino, V Sport. A lot of injuries on both sides after playing so many games. How do you manage to maximize your performance while playing through pain? Do you need to do something specific before, as a warm-up, or after the game to feel better?
Yeah, for sure. You do your warm-up, get treatment before the game, off days, after the game, whatever that can help your speed your recovery up so you're able to play the next day.
Next question here in the second row on the, there you go. No, one row up. Second in. Thank you.
Hey Kawhi, Trista Crick, USA Today. Obviously you guys are effective offensively, but your defense is really what obviously shined tonight. 04 Pistons come to mind, 2014 Spurs also come to mind. You were obviously with Danny on that team. Can you just describe the differences between the team in 2014 that you were on with Danny and this one, defensively?
We're playing two different teams. I think we're a lot younger. We could switch pretty much if Serge is in the lineup 1 through 5. And I don't know. It's hard to say. I got to watch film and see what I see. But from the most part, that's what pretty much sticks out. We're probably a little bit longer, a little bit more athletic, and able to switch like 1 through 5.
Robert, towards the middle.
Robert Littell, BSO. Kawhi, could you talk a little bit about that first quarter? Your teammates were struggling a little bit with their shot. You were more aggressive in that first quarter, trying to keep you guys in the game. Is that something, as kind of the leader of the team, you got a feeling that you didn't want it to get away from you on the road, and that's how you decided to come out and attack that?
Yeah, and at the same time, I knew, I had faith that it was going to turn around for us. We was missing a lot of wide open shots. Obviously I was getting to my spots and shooting the ball. But like you said, as the quarter went on towards the last 4 or 5 minutes, I tried to stay as aggressive as possible, get to my spots, be confident, shoot the basketball. And, within that first quarter, I still was passing the ball. I wanted my team to still stay in the rhythm and know that I'm going to give them the ball when they're open.
Davide here in the third row.
Kawhi, Davide Chinellato, Gazzetta Italy. You win 3 games out of 4 against a team who is mentioned when we talk about best dynasty ever. What makes you better than them so far?
It's not over yet, so I can't say that we're better. Just the key to tonight's win was pretty much, as you guys know, playing defense, and towards that second half, we started to make some shots, and we just pretty much stuck into the game, stayed in the game.
Quick follow-up. What have you seen constantly in your team that has made the difference 3 times out of 4? Like, I don't know, your determination, your ability to defend, or you guys making shots?
I pretty much just said it. Our defense and willing to stay in the game, have faith. Not put our head down, knowing that we're going to make shots. And, that's pretty much what happened tonight.
Fourth row, towards the center.
Roland the Guardian. Kawhi, you obviously had an explosive third quarter, and so did your team. I'm just curious what was said during halftime.
Nothing really. We're confident. We're on the road, down 4. We wanted to come in and have a good third quarter. Come out the first 5 minutes, stay aggressive on both ends of the floor, keep our energy up. That's all we did.
Arash over in the back right.
Kawhi, to your right, Arash Madain from Sportsnet. Further to that, this isn't a team that gets outscored by 16, especially out of the break. They're a good third quarter team. How do you think you guys were able to keep your foot on the gas pedal throughout to limit them and to score the way you did?
Obviously, just stay focused on, Clay and Steph. Just trying to make sure they don't get in too good of a rhythm. They're great players. Just try to make sure we contest them as much as possible. And then on the other end, just come down and, try to have some ball movement, some flow, some pace, and, just make hard cuts and just believe. Stay confident in your shot, and, that's what happened.
Michael over here on the left side.
Kawhi, Michael Grange from Sportsnet over down this middle. You're staying in the moment's kind of been your theme all season, but you are one game away from an NBA title. Does that sort of make it a little more difficult to stay in the moment? And how do you feel about that going into Game 5?
You just got to be patient with it, Not really. We were 2 games away, 4 games away. It doesn't matter until you get that 4th win. We just have to stay confident in ourselves, be patient, don't try to rush things, and see how it plays out.
Next question, back right.
Hi, Kawhi here. Carlos Ramirez, Telemundo. It appeared you guys had some more problems when they switched up straight up instead of when they went double-team you guys, whether it was you or Kyle. Were you surprised they were not switching more, especially in that 4th quarter, just trying to double you up like that pass you had for Danny when Steph helped off the strong side corner?
You're saying, was I surprised they didn't switch more and not double? No. I thought we played well on the switches. They put the bigs on the guards, and we attacked and, made passes, and we made shots or drove and found somebody under the rim. And no, not really. I didn't think of it like that. We just kept playing the game and read and react.
Right here in this corner.
Kawhi, Kahari Jones, post-up zone. You guys were able to stay level-headed and composed throughout the season. And how were you able to do that, and how did it affect the shape of the team?
Just going through the season and, having our ups and downs, our experiences as a team of, having bad streaks of losing or winning, just, within our huddle. And, we just take those experiences and, keep moving and learn from them and just all talk to each other, really, and just keep our mindset on one goal.
Last question on the right side.
Kawhi, Jonathan Cho, Dia TV. If the Raptors win the NBA title, what do you think this will mean for Canada and the Toronto Raptors? You've already won with the San Antonio Spurs. You've seen the way it impacted that community. What do you think this will do for Canada?
I'm really not sure. I guess you really have to ask somebody on the street or one of our fans. I'm pretty sure it's a long time waiting. They're going to be excited. They're already excited just being here for the first time. They're going crazy after the Eastern Conference Finals, and I don't know. There's no telling. You got to ask probably like I said, a fan or somebody that's in Canada, that's been living in Canada for a while. But I know they're going to be super excited. I don't know. We'll see.
Thank you, Kawhi.
The excitement that Kawhi has been holding in, it's all being let out. Unfortunately, a lot of it in this building. Could it be the last at Oracle? In this very building. Jared Greenberg, 3D, will have more as the Raps are 1 win away.